If you're avoiding conflict, you're leaving power on the table. Conflict is not chaos, it's a catalyst. When tension rises in the room, most people shut down. But top leaders, they see opportunity in the friction. They don't run from disagreement. They harness it to drive strategy, creativity, and breakthrough thinking. So today I'm going to show you how the moments that feel most uncomfortable, such as the arguments, the pushback, the friction, are actually the most powerful tools for innovation, alignment, and leadership. So disagreement isn't dysfunction, it's data. So think about any high-performing team, such as your Navy SEALs, your elite startups, or any executive board. What do they all have in common? Productive conflict. They disagree with a purpose. So when people disagree, it means they actually care. They're engaged. They see different angles. But the real danger is when people nod politely, but mentally check out. So that's not harmony, that's apathy in disguise. So the key is not to eliminate disagreement, but to upgrade how we engage with it. So there are three main types of conflict. The first is task conflict. This is all about the what, such as decisions, ideas, and strategies. If handled well, this is gold. It sparks debate, creativity, and stronger solutions. So encourage it and ask questions like, what are we missing? Or what's the strongest counterpoint? So the second one is relationship conflict. This is all about the who, such as the egos, the tone, the miscommunication. If left unchecked, it turns toxic. So here's the move. I want you to separate the person from the position, then reinforce psychological safety, then shift from blame to curiosity. And the last type is called process conflict. This is all about the how, such as your systems, your timelines, and methods. This is the sneaky type. It often gets mislabeled. So clarify expectations. I want you to reframe conversations and ask these questions. Are we aligned on the process or just debating the output? So every conflict you face fits in one or a combo of these categories. I want you to identify it fast and then disarm it as quickly as possible. Now here's how to turn conflict into clarity. Step 1, pause and diagnose. Before you react, take a pause. Not a passive pause, a powerful one. So take a breath and then ask, what's really going on here? Is this about the facts on the table or the feelings under the surface? You see, great leaders read the room like radar. They tune into the tensions and trace it back to the source, because clarity brings curiosity, not control. So a leader who pauses earns time, and time gives you power. So step 2, I want you to align and reframe. So say what others won't with intention and boldly. I want you to try something like, it sounds like we're not aligned on the goal here. Can we take a step back for a second and recalibrate? So that one sentence breaks the tension down like a pin to a balloon. So it signals confidence, not confrontation. And it shifts the energy in the room from defensive to collaborative very fast. So great leaders don't avoid friction. They reframe it into focus. Step 3, align around the purpose. Always bring it back to the mission. Not the noise, not the egos, but to the mission. The best leaders ask questions not with doubt, but with direction. One effective question is, what outcome are we all committed to deep down, no matter the department, title, or turf? So when you anchor people to a shared purpose, you don't just calm the storm, you channel it. So disagreement becomes productive when it's anchored to a shared purpose. You don't need to win an argument, you need to win alignment. So I once coached an executive team stuck in a bitter debate over product direction. Marketing wanted speed, engineering wanted stability. The tension was thick and real, but we used the exact same framework I just described. So we paused and diagnosed. So the clash had nothing to do with the product specs and had everything to do with how each team defined success in their own language. So marketing was chasing speed to the market. Engineering was chasing precision. Until we named that truth, they were speaking past each other. So once we did that, the fog started to clear. Then we acknowledged on where we were trying to go. So we were not just pulling in different directions, we were aiming for different finish lines. So we called that out so we can actually start running the same race. And of course, we reframed and aligned. So we didn't just compromise, we recalibrated. So we aligned around a North Star metric, which was customer trust. So that became the rallying cry, like the shared lens that cut through departmental silos. So it shifted the conversation from tension to traction and from gridlock to game plan. So here are some key tactical tools. Like, let's talk some brass tacks, some real practical moves you can use the next time a meeting starts to spiral or collaboration hits a wall. So the first tool is, I want you to use yes and instead of no but. So this simple shift creates momentum instead of resistance. It signals collaboration, not contradiction. It's the kind of language that keeps ideas flowing, builds trust, and turns tension into teamwork. Next, I want you to summarize their main point before stating yours. Reflect it back with clarity and respect so they feel heard. That way, the room knows you're not just waiting to talk, you're listening to lead. This not only builds trust, it sets the stage for your message to land with precision and power. And lastly, I would like you to ask these series of pivotal questions. What does success look like for you in this? Paint me a picture. And then ask, what's the outcome that will make you feel like we absolutely nailed it here? Those questions disarms defensiveness and invites clarity. It moves the conversation from tension to possibility, from resistance to resolution. So to close it out, conflict isn't the problem. If you want to lead at a high level, you've got to become fluent in the language of conflict. It should be your second leadership dialect, not to argue louder, but to build stronger teams, make smarter decisions, and produce unshakable outcomes. That's what happens when you stop fearing the friction and start mastering it. So if this lit a fire for you, then pass it on to someone who needs to learn how to lead in the heat of battle. Share it with a peer who's navigating high stakes decisions under pressure. And don't forget to drop a comment and let me know what's the one moment where you turn conflict into clarity and walked away stronger. And please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give this video a like, because this is just the start of a leadership evolution you don't want to miss. Now go lead forward with clarity.